3 up, 2 across, tap that play button 3 times, and walk through the archway into Dialogue Alley. Hello and welcome to Dialogue Alley, the official Potter Collector podcast about Harry Potter books, book translations, and all other things magical. I'm Melanie.
I'm Carly.
Hi everyone, the two of us are Harry Potter book translation collectors. We collect Harry Potter books from all over the world. We have huge collections, often fueled by these like hyperfixation things that we deal with, that gotta catch 'em all personality. And one of the things that we're going to be talking about on our episode today is not Harry Potter books. It's Harry Potter related, but it's a hyperfixation that Carly and I both have right now, that is related to Harry Potter, and we're going to be talking about Harry Potter fountain pens, specifically Ferris Wheel Press and their new Harry Potter fountain pens. So sorry if you like turn this on and you're like, oh my gosh, we're gonna listen to Melanie and Eric and Carly talk about Harry Potter books. Well, first disappointment is that Eric's not here. We kicked him off the episode because fountain pens aren't his thing. Carly and I think after almost every single episode that we're done recording, stay in our group chat for a solid like 10, 15, 20 minutes just talking about fountain pens right now. So we're dedicating this whole episode, season 6, episode 6 of our podcast, to talk about fountain pens. It sounds silly, but like if you're into journaling, if you're into stationery, if you're into paper, if you are into collecting, or just like appreciate,
the art of writing.
If you
like,
just the art of writing and the joy that writing brings, that's a lot of what we're going to be talking about today. We have a little dribble of news, and then we're going to get right into it.
Right. So the little dribble of news that we have, there are new Catlan covers, not translations. It's the same translation, but they have new covers. New books 1 and 2 are out with new covers. I forget who the new illustrator is, but it's unique cover art. Other than the first 3 Catlan books, published many years ago now, 1998, 99, somewhere in there. We've not had unique art on the Catlan books that I can think of. It's always been a lot of Bloomsbury art, and yeah, they have quite a bit. They have quite a bit of editions. Actually, they do have unique art. They have the larger adult books 1 through 4 as well, and unique art. But those were still they were still a while ago. We haven't had unique art in a while from them, so this is really fun. And you can buy it on Amazon Spain, and yeah.
Is it just book 1 or
books
is it
1 and 2 are out
set?
right now? No, I think.
Okay, so
I'm pretty sure they'll do all 7 because they second one.
I mean, that's exciting though, because then it'll be the first time they've had unique art for the whole
for
set.
all 7.
We have we have unique art for books 1 through 3 that are beautiful, unbelievable. We have those large editions that you were just talking about for 1 through 4, but we'd like the set.
All 7, please. So that's
yes,
exciting.
Sign me up.
That's exciting. And it looks like they're hardcover, which is even neater.
Ooh.
I know. I don't know if they'll have
exciting.
a jacket, so I'm excited to see how they'll be. I actually just purchased, so we'll see in a couple days when they arrive from Spain how they are.
Excellent. I can't
And
wait.
then
That sounds so
super
good.
exciting. Yeah, super exciting. I've been all over the Mina Lima website. They have an advent calendar this year, the Honeyduke's advent calendar. It's $47, and their stuff is always fun, right?
Yeah.
And it's
I
an
think
advent calendar of a
Carly
candy
and I
shop.
we were talking about this
And it's their
before
first
we
ever
started
advent
recording 'cause
calendar.
yeah, they've never done something like this. It's nice to see them staying in, like, you know, staying doing what they do and doing good stuff, you know? Like, we love Mina Lima so much. I think that we've all expressed how disappointed we've been that, like, we haven't seen them with Harry Potter stuff because of these new covers, but there's still, like, a gazillion places that you could see
What they're up to.
Mina Lima things. So this is an amazing spot that you can have a little bit of Mina Lima every day.
Yep, and you can grab the calendar on their website, minalima.com. So, and $47 for an advent calendar is not bad. Not bad at all.
No, it's so cute. It's really cute.
I know, and there's stuff on their
can't wait to
Instagram
see
advertising it is all, I mean, they're so, everything they do, they're such visual, I mean, everything they do is just visually, like, such a treat. So I love looking at their stuff anyway.
That's going to be amazing.
Absolutely. And that's kind of it for the news that I'm aware of.
See? Just a dribble, guys. Just a dribble. Carly, what are you up to with the audiobook?
Still in chapter 1. I'm behind.
Girl, what are you doing?
I know. It's just, I haven't been listening to anything. It's been so nice and quiet.
All right. Sometimes it's nice. I finished it so quickly. I was telling Eric, and if you listen to like our last episode, I was saying how like I upgraded my Audible account because I listened to that book so quickly that I was like, this can't be it for the month. Like, I need more. I've already listened to a second book, and now I'm on another book. Like, and in a couple weeks, book 2 is gonna be coming out. So
I've got to finish. I'll finish
really
before
exciting.
then. I need to. If only this would have come out while I was going to and from Europe. That would have been great to listen on the plane. But
it's only 8 hours.
I know.
Come on.
But I don't have my drive to work is 15 minutes each way.
Yeah.
And so
right.
When I was driving all the time, it was great. And work dings incessantly all the time, and I just like to come home and there's no noise.
It's nice. That sounds nice. That sounds like a nice time. Yeah, the book was great. I think my husband just finished it as well. And he really enjoyed it. He had like a couple of gripes in the beginning that I told him, I was like, just stick with it. Towards the end, you're going to love it. It's so good. So, if people that are listening are also listening to the audiobook, would love to hear what everyone is thinking about it so far. I can't wait for Chamber of Secrets.
By the next episode, I promise I'll have finished it. I've given myself a timeline. It'll get done.
I believe you.
Yeah.
I believe you. In the meantime, Carly and I are gonna geek out about pens.
excited.
So silly. It sounds so silly saying it like that, and it's funny because I was telling everyone at work today, like, if people didn't know me and they just heard the last 5 minutes of the things that I talked about, like, they would think that I'm the nerdiest person on the face of the earth, which maybe I am. Because I walked into work this morning talking about Disney Dreamlight Valley, which is a video game that I play, like, just had a major update. So I was asking the girl that works with me, like, what she decorated her horse to look like. Like, those are the things that I worry about. But also me deciding what pen I'm going to write my schedules with for the day is of equal importance. And I spent the day today writing with my new Ferris Wheel Press fountain pen, which I feel like was the true test. I'm glad that I had the day to write with it. I got this pen yesterday, so I'm glad I had the day to write with it to kind of really fall into it. I like experiencing my pens on like standard copy paper. So, because that's what I'm writing with at work, unfortunately, majority of the time. So, I want to see how a pen like that's going to hold up on just everyday paper. Um,
It's always good to
and it was,
know because you're not always around
yeah, I feel
fancy
like that's like the true
stationery.
test.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you could sit there, you could have like the best quality paper, you could write with your fountain pen on it and have one experience and then have a completely different experience when you have it like in just your everyday rotation. So, last night when I got this pen, so let's backtrack a little bit. Carly wanted to talk a little bit about Ferris Wheel Press, which I think is important as well because they have a really cool mission um, and they go into a lot of detail and take a lot of pride in their design work, in their inks. I feel like they're primarily known for their inks over their pens, which is why this is a really cool opportunity to talk about the pens. But let's go back and talk about just Ferris Wheel Press in general first.
Yeah. So, first of all, when you click on their homepage, I love that it says in big, beautiful writing, fall in love with writing again. Like, that tells me everything about their ideas around like inks and pens, paper. Like, they want to make the whole experience of writing entertaining. And I love to write. I love to write. I love to put pen to paper. I love to make pretty letters. I used to do calligraphy many years ago now. Haven't in a long time, but I love the art of writing and I love parchment and writing on it and fine paper, linen paper, all of that. And fountain pens, I've been collecting. Honestly, my first fountain pen that I bought was in 2009. So same year I started collecting Harry Potter books. And it's been a love affair ever since with just beautiful pens because they're elegant. And going back
Yeah.
to Ferris Wheel, like they started in 2010, so pretty much around the same time I started doing anything with fountain pens. And they started as like a wedding invitation and stationery bespoke paper company, which I think is really neat because they understand that paper is important. When I tell that to people, a lot of times they're like, what?
It's from
Paper?
trees. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, and like it's like you have to you good paper makes it fun.
It also does justice not only to the pen but also to like your writing if you're writing on better quality paper, if you're writing with a better quality pen. And just going back like a little bit, like the whole idea of making writing fun again, like I feel like millennials in general just like hold so much trauma when it comes to writing because we're the generation of like having to handwrite these essays in high school and
Yeah.
no one wanted to sit there and actually like physically write stuff down or writing notes or whatever. Like I couldn't use a computer at school or
No.
an iPad or anything like that going through high school. I had to handwrite everything. So I was never someone that enjoyed writing. I was a chronic journaler from middle school until present day. Like I love journaling. I love being able to look back. So I had like fallen out of journaling for a bit because as I say on here like all the time, like I'm busy. I'm a mom of two little kids. I have a new puppy. I work a full-time job and then some. Like I didn't have the time to like invest in myself by rediscovering this hobby that I love so much. And I fell into journaling social media, like journaling TikTok. I invested in one of these like beautiful leather journals, which is going to be like an heirloom piece and it's going to be a piece that I have for my entire life. And in rediscovering journaling, that's how I discovered fountain pens. And now I have like way too many pens, but
There's
I
no
love
such
them
thing.
so. I mean, hello, we're talking to like we own like hundreds of Harry Potter books. So
I know. We're
there's never
obviously
too
not the
much of things.
beacon. We aren't the beacon of self-control.
Right. And like I feel like, Carly and I and Eric as well have that collector mentality that gotta catch them all, gotta have the whole set. And fountain pens, fortunately, like there isn't that. There are so many brands of fountain pens. There are so many different nib sizes and experiences that you can have, and what one person likes in a fountain pen another person might not like in a fountain pen. And that's
Mm-hmm.
amazing and so cool about writing you and discovering fountain pens, and having an opportunity with Ferris Wheel Press to experience one of their pens is just another opportunity for me to fall in love with my writing, which
And
is their whole thing.
and as they say on their website, make fancy fun. Like that. My favorite store in Salt Lake, which is actually where I bought my Ferris Wheel ink. It is Lazuli Lullabies. It's beautiful, and it's a fun ink to write with. It's wonderfully fancy. Like you walk in and you're almost like, should I be in a suit and tie kind of thing? But at the same time, it's really fun. It's also casual, and it fits with that same idea of just making fancy fun. And I love that.
Well, that's one of the things about Ferris Wheel Press that they take a lot of pride in, is the design work that they put into every single detail. So you're not just looking at their ink bottles, which are beautiful in themselves, but their boxes have a lot of artwork. And I was telling Carly, the reason why this whole conversation with Ferris Wheel Press came up is because there's been a lot of controversy with them using AI in their design work. They've shown on other platforms that they do take a lot of pride in their designers that work on all of their boxes and everything. So the second you set eyes on a Ferris Wheel Press product, you're in love. And we're like the perfect audience for something like that, who take a look at a Harry Potter book cover that we can't even read the language, but we're so in love with what the cover looks like that we're going to buy the whole set of the books. So this ink, I feel like just the ink in general, like, speaks volumes to
Which ink did you get?
So again, just to give a little bit of history on like what sparked this whole conversation, right? So what I was saying before about there being like a little bit of a questionable conversation about Ferris Wheel Press, about AI in general. Harry Potter is a controversial subject, and we don't touch upon that here because we're here to talk about books and collecting and that sort of thing. But understandable that there's conversation about Harry Potter when people are licensed with them, right? So obviously I love anything that has to do with Harry Potter. I followed this conversation that was happening on a fountain pen Facebook group where the CEO of the company kind of just like put it all out there, gave his opinions, opened up about like where the company may have messed up here and there, but taking ownership and talking about how they've completely revitalized their customer service and things like that, which I can attest and say their customer service rocks. I don't know what it used to be like, but I would say that my conversations with emailing back and forth with their customer service was like I was texting with them. They were getting back to me so quickly. It was late at night, like, and they were I was like, why are these people answering me? I'm sure they're going to answer in the morning. They were answering me almost immediately, which was
Wow.
like very, very impressive. So when the CEO of Ferris Wheel Press, his name is Ray, came about and was writing all of this stuff in this Facebook group, he opened up the opportunity that if anyone wanted to do a true test of their pens and receive a fountain pen from Ferris Wheel Press, to just get in touch and do a real review on it. And I thought that a podcast would be a really cool platform to do that, because typically, like, with a fountain pen, you have to like kind of see it to see how it's writing or whatever. That like leans a lot more towards Instagram or TikTok, something along the lines of that. But here we are getting to talk about it, and I think it falls really well with our platform as well, because they have the most beautiful descriptions of their inks as well. I can say I'll read what they wrote. So when I was messaging back and forth with Ray and with their whole team, we arranged that I was going to receive one of their new Harry Potter fountain pens. It's called a Joule. And I asked for a Hufflepuff, obviously, because I'm a Hufflepuff. And along with the Harry Potter pens, they have corresponding inks for each house, but then they also have several limited edition inks as well. They have a Sorcerer's Stone ink. They have a Mirror of Erised ink that is gorgeous. And then the one that I was really loving was their Sorting Hat ink, and that was the one that I got. They describe it as it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And I wanted this one specifically because I loved how they were like describing it. So they said it's a rich, thoughtful brown ink enhanced with color shifting shimmer in purple and gold. Just as the Sorting Hat peers into your mind to uncover hidden potential, these sparkles transform in the light, revealing different facets of its magic with every stroke. Like, that's beautiful. I feel like I pictured what this ink looked like before I even saw a swatch of it or anything like that. And I can say, like, I swatched this ink last night on I have like little swatch cards, and I also did it. I use like Sterling Ink is the brand of notebooks that I really like. It is literally like if I could picture the shade of like a taupey greenish aged brown that I would think the Sorting Hat would be. It's that exact color. It's like a greenish brownish color. It has dark shading to it. And it has just these beautiful magical goldish purple. It's mostly purple, but like just shimmer to it. It's really, really pretty. I don't know if you can see it, Carly. I'll obviously like post. We'll end up posting.
We'll have pictures of it. I can
like
see it a little bit, but it does
brown, and then you could see. Look how purple.
Yeah, that they make such good stuff. I love my lazuli ink from them, the Lazuli Lullabies. It shimmers so nicely. It really does.
I feel like they're just known for their shimmer inks. Like their shimmer inks are beautiful, and they like that's their thing. I will say one of the things I was very worried about, because they say what I've read a lot about with these bottles is that they could be like very tip prone, because it's a round bottle, but it's very, very narrow. So that's something just like proceed with caution with. Like I went into it just being ultra, ultra, ultra crazy careful when I inked up my pen. And I didn't have any issues. Like as long as you're careful, then just be mindful. Oh, ink with caution.
Good to be aware of.
Yeah, so just be mindful of that. So the pen itself came with this really cool leather slipcase. It has the Hogwarts crest on it. It's a black slipcase. It's just very nice. It's very sleek. Fits like into my pen case, my pen bag that I use. And when I first saw pictures of it, I thought that it was like a resin or a plastic. It's not. It almost feels like a ceramic texture.
Ooh.
Like here, you can hear it. Can you hear it?
A little. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like it's heavy, like it's heavy. It's not plastic. I don't know if you can see anywhere like on the website, like it probably does say what the jewel is made out of.
Do you have to post the lid on the back to keep it weighted, or can you write without?
No, you can write without it posted.
I
it's
love
a full-size
that.
pen without it posted. And then with the cap on, it posts very nicely, and it just does add like a nice extra bit of weight to it. Like it's very comfortable with it posted, which I really like.
It's a solid brass body and finished in radiant house themed lacquers.
Okay. So the brass is what makes it feel so weighty and solid. It is. It says the jewel delivers a beautifully weighted writing experience with exceptional balance in hand. That I can definitely attest to. I feel like it's like balanced super, super nicely. So the pen itself, we'll post pictures of these too for those of you that are interested. It's solid color of like the house color. It has this one gold detailing band around the cap
Mm.
um that has Hogwarts like motto on it. Never tickle a sleeping dragon. Um and it has like a little Hogwarts crest. And then when you take the cap off, the grip area is the metal of the pen, and the Hufflepuff pen has the Hufflepuff cup on it. It has a badger on it. There's like other like filigree designs on it. It's it's very, very detailed and very nicely done. And I love that the nib has the Hogwarts crest on it as well. So here,
I was
Carly,
about
I'll
to
try and
ask
show
about
you.
that. That nib looks really fancy. We'll post
It's
pictures of
cool.
that
It's
because
it's really
it's
cool. I'm
hard
gonna
to
get
see.
as detailed, yeah, as detailed as I can get.
I'm looking at the
But
Slytherin pen because it's a beautiful green. It's a green and silver, and it's so classy. But you can see the Hogwarts crest so well on it, like really, really well done.
yeah, it is really nice. And I will say too, like I think that I feel like they get questioned a lot on their pricing
Hmm.
because a lot of their pens are expensive, and not for nothing. Fountain pens in general are expensive, like because you're making an investment in something that you're hopefully going to use for
A
forever.
long time,
I know
and
that
pass on to
yeah,
people.
and they do have warranties on their products as well, which is great. And now with their customer service being as amazing as it is, like I'm sure that if you had any issues, you could reach out and they'd issue you a new pen, which I have heard from people recently that have had issues with their pens. They've reached out to customer service and they've been able to get new pens, no problems, and essentially no questions asked. But if you are dabbling with wanting to get a fountain pen for the first time and you're interested in getting like a Harry Potter pen, they do have sets with the ink and the pen that are not that expensive. Their carousel pen comes with the ink and it's only $40.
Yeah,
And
I'm
that's
actually just looking at it right
not bad for a
now.
fountain pen.
No,
And it's in a really cool looking box.
like
Just saying.
their packaging is so well done. So well done.
It It is. It's beautiful. And I love that it's not their packaging is it's thoughtful. So if you look at like the Gryffindor, it's like very catered to Gryffindor. I love the Hufflepuff packaging because it's like it's greenery. Like I feel like that gets missed on Hufflepuff a lot. You see a lot of yellow, but I when I think Hufflepuff, I think of like the greenhouses and plants and
Yeah.
very much so the Hufflepuff common room that's depicted in Hogwarts Legacy. It's just all very round and very green. Um, so I love that they have those images on their boxes. It's really cool. There's a lot of thought that goes into all of this stuff.
Yeah, and for different price points entirely, which I think is really great. So,
Yeah.
I'm
Um
I'm
so
quite
like I was
pleased.
saying, yeah, there's so much stuff. I mean, I feel like Carly, you're gonna end up like buying one of these pens like
I've got
after
my eye on
we
the
stop talking.
the green Slytherin jewel. Like it's saved in my links in my bookmarks.
I know, and I'm like, ooh, do I need this golden snitch ink? Like this Mirror of Erised ink is just it's gorgeous. Like their inks in general are just they're beautiful.
And I'm
Um
like, I could write all
oh,
my notes for my videos because I do. I write out notes for all the videos and stuff before I film them, and it's fun. There's
see,
something
look at that.
cathartic about writing.
Um so I when I inked up this pen last night, um I did like a little bit of like test writing in my Sterling ink notebook, which is Tomoe River paper. And I mean, for like fountain pen people know it's like it's a higher quality paper. It's more than just writing with like on copy paper. And typically, if you're gonna write on less fancy paper with a fountain pen, you'll see experience bleeding. You'll experience,
Mm-hmm.
not showing like the properties of the ink or the true features of the pen. I felt like writing on the Sterling ink paper was like the true test of like, okay, what am I going to get with this?
Uh-huh.
So typically when I write with a fountain pen, I usually go for like a smooth as silk, buttery, wet writing experience.
Yes.
I have a couple of pens in my collection that I'm like, I compare a lot of my pens to. I have a couple of Esterbrooks that, like, when those write, they are so juicy, but I've also have specialty nibs on them, so it that's neither here nor there. I have a Twisby pen that is just the juiciest, smoothest writing experience. I have a Hongdian that's very, very juicy writing. Um, I also have a Harry Potter Lamy pen. It's a Lamy All-Star. It's a gorgeous pen. It was one of my first fountain pens that I've gotten. That pen typically has a lot of feedback to it, which in fountain pen lore, it's just the more feedback it makes it means more so like it's not scratchy when you're writing, but it feels like there's a bit more traction to it. It's almost as if you're like writing with a pencil, but you're writing with a fountain pen.
My Lammy's that
and I
way.
Yeah, I think that that's just like a Lamy thing. Like Lamy
Yeah.
versus Twisby, I feel like Lammys are just very feedbacky and Twisbys are just like butter. It's just how they are. I don't know. But I will say writing with this pen, with this ink, it is a feedbacky pen. And people like that. Like a lot of people like writing with a feedbacky pen, especially if you're like sketching with it. I know a lot of people that draw with their fountain pens and like that feedback experience because it's like they're drawing with a pencil. So, that is one thing that I experienced. There's no scratchiness to it whatsoever. The ink flow is really nice. The Joule has a specific size nib to it. It only comes in its between a fine and a medium, which is about where I want to be with nib sizes for myself. And nib size just refers to the boldness that you're writing with. So think extra fine and fine. It's a very, very thin writing experience.
Yeah.
Broad is almost like writing with a marker. And fine and medium is like that kind of sweet spot for me. I like medium tends to be like the broadest I'll go. So
yeah, I would agree.
The nib size for this, I think the nib size is beautiful for this. I haven't had any issues with it drying out for the whole day. I'm sitting here right now with the cap off of it for like the entire time that we've been talking, and it still writes very juicy. The fact that it is like a finer medium nib size, you still see the shimmer in this ink like crazy. I haven't had any issues with it clogging at all, which
that's
is really
excellent.
good. And it's a Ferris Wheel Press pen, so I would not expect it to clog with their shimmer inks. I feel like Ferris Wheel Press is known for shimmer, so I feel like if it's going to be a Ferris Wheel Press pen, it shouldn't be clogging at all. So yeah, I don't even know if you can hear that. I'm going to try to get it so you could hear, because you could hear the feedback in it.
No, I can't.
So you couldn't hear it. I put it up to my microphone, so maybe like I'm wondering if
maybe it'll show on the
Audacity is picking it up.
Be there on the podcast. No,
a little bit. I could see the waves a little bit. But you can if you could hear it when it's writing, that's like a good indicator of the feedback. And again, you could you feel it. You feel that little bit of resistance as you write with this pen. Again, that's not a bad thing. And I would say for people that enjoy writing with a pen that has feedback, like this is it's a great pen. It feels like good quality. It's very heavy. It's very well balanced, and it writes nicely.
How much ink does it hold? The only other thing
that it comes with a standard converter.
Okay.
Which I had asked. I asked them when I was like emailing back and forth. I was like, "Does it come with a converter? Because if not, I'll just grab one." So it's pretty standard, and it holds a pretty good amount. I mean, this would last me a, a while, and I didn't have any problems filling it. What I thought was kind of cool is the converter has like a spring in it, which I feel like probably
Ooh,
helps to agitate the ink and keep um the shimmer like flowing better. Um
that's
and I
clever.
have used, yeah, well, yes and no. I feel like I've used converters in the past. Specifically, like Pilot has a converter called the Con 40, and that has like the little balls inside of it, the little metal balls in it, where like if you were to shake it, like think if you're like shaking a can of hairspray and you hear that ball inside, it's kind of like that same principle. But the Con 40 is like notoriously known for being like the worst converter ever because it doesn't, the balls like block the
That, yeah.
ink when you're trying to fill it. It's so annoying. But I didn't have a problem with this, and I thought that the little spring inside of the converter was a cool idea to help agitate the ink. So this way you get like consistent shimmer flow with your experience. Um
Excellent.
yeah, but all in all, like if you're a person that likes a feedbacky pen, like this is an awesome pen. Um I didn't have any problems writing with it all day at work. I thought that
Mhm.
the shimmer showed up nicely on my standard copy paper when I was like writing my schedules for work today. So I enjoyed writing with it. I enjoyed carrying it. It's just, I feel like the weight of it is just so pleasant in your hand. And I'm a very fidgety person. Like I like just having something in my hands all the time. And I feel like the weight of it is just very, very pleasant. Um, and yeah, I feel like I don't have anything negative to say about it. And like, I promise, like, my honest feedback, for lack of a better word, in reviewing this pen. I'm not someone that typically leans toward a feedbacky pen. That being said, this is the one of two pens in my collection that have feedback, and I like having that variation. I like having
Mhm.
a smooth pen, and I like having this one pen that's different that does have feedback to it. I don't know. But I did enjoy using it all day today. I love the novelty of having a Harry Potter pen. It just like it's another thing that adds a little bit of magic to my writing every day. So I
Yeah.
liked it.
And it's a nice yellow. Like I'm looking at their website right now, and their colors for their houses are really lovely. So
Yeah, they
I feel
picked
like they've thought
really
through
pretty
everything.
tones.
Yeah.
I also really like that they paired like the red that they chose for Gryffindor is like a jewel, like ruby red,
Yeah.
and all of the metal detailing on it is gold. The detailing on the Hufflepuff pen is also gold, but Slytherin and Ravenclaw, the detailing is silver, which I think is really nice. I mean, would I have liked to have seen like a little bronze on the
Yeah.
Ravenclaw one? Yes, because yes, but if it's like a licensing thing and they're licensed with Warner Brothers, I imagine they had to go with like the Ravenclaw instead of the Eagle Ravenclaw
Right.
vibe. So I don't think it's any fault of theirs that Ravenclaw is silver. It's
They're
I
so
I do
classy.
like that there's like variation. They are very classy looking. I mean, I also just really like the pen sets. Like the carousel pen is just a really cute pen. It reminds me a lot of there's a pen called a Kaveco, and the
Mhm.
Kaveco has a standard size. I don't remember what it's called. Like I think it's called like the Perkio or something along the lines of that. And this that the carousel kind of reminds me of that pen, or also very similar to like a Pilot Kakuno like vibe, and it looks similar pricing to those two. So
Yep.
I think for
So out of
me it
10, what
was
would you
like
rate it?
a no-brainer thing. Out of 10,
Mhm.
okay, oh my god, that's hard. I would give it a solid 7.
Okay.
A 7 plus. We didn't I should have done like my OWL rating. It would
We
be
should,
an
or a
exceeds
tot
expectations for
scale.
sure. the tot scale would give it an exceeds expectations. It's definitely a lot nicer than I thought it would be. Especially the weightiness to it, the quality of it. I definitely thought, wait, we could do like a whole tot scale on the pen, should we?
Yeah. Why not?
How it feels in your hands. I'm not gonna smell the pen.
Oh.
I'm not gonna smell it. I'm not gonna smell it. Size and proportion, love. I would give it an outstanding. I love how it is a standard size pen without it being posted. With it being posted, it adds that little bit of weightiness to it, which is really cool. How it feels in your hands. Again, I would give it an outstanding. I love the feeling of the grip. My hands didn't fatigue at all the entire day that I was using this pen. I didn't switch to any other pen. So that's really important to me, especially with the weightiness. I thought that it was great. Quality of it, I can't not give it an outstanding. It held up to like all of my tests. Again, the only thing that isn't on par with my other pens is the feedback, which honestly, like, I could take this to a Nibmeister and I can get it adjusted and then it wouldn't be as feedbacky and it would write just as smooth as any of my other pens. It's just that's because that's what my preference is. My preference is to have a smooth writer. But I don't think that has anything against the pen. The fact that it's a
right,
feedbacky
it's just
pen.
a preference.
That's exactly. So for my preference, that's the only reason why I wouldn't like. That's the
why
only
it didn't
thing
get
that would
higher.
have it like lower. Yeah, exactly. Cover art and interpretation of the cover art. Well.
The packaging is phenomenal.
The packaging is beautiful. I mean, we'll post pictures of the packaging too. Like, I love this box. It's gorgeous. I'll absolutely be keeping this box.
I was about to say you could use that as a decoration on your shelf or something.
Right? It's so nice. I just like bumped the box on my microphone. Sorry everybody, but like it's beautiful. I love this box. The quality of the box is also very nice. It came with, it was like a pen and a sleeve and a box sort of vibe. But just the whole packaging situation was just very nicely done. Very well thought. Like, I loved everything about that. Yeah, I think the graphic design work on it would probably be my X factor for it. I think that going back to Harry Potter books and book collecting and the fact that we collect translations, like, half the time we're buying these books because of how they look, not because of how sometimes, majority of the time for Carly, she's buying it because of the language. Let's be real. I buy them because of the cover art. I know the cover art is like the best thing. Like,
it's
seeing
such a
art
huge
from
draw.
all over the world is exactly, it's huge for us. So the fact that this graphic design work on these pens is just so well thought out is just really, really awesome. Yeah, I love it. I think my only next step that I'm gonna do, and I would have done it like as we were recording, but I wanted to like pay attention. But the only other thing that I want to try out with this is like maybe if I use a different ink in the pen, it'll be a bit of a different writing experience. So that's gonna be like my next step, but I could always like follow up.
Yeah.
That's my thought. I did going into this will be like going into our outro, but I did record a couple of like TikTok videos about this pen, and I'm not good at TikToking. I do my best, but it's not my thing. Podcasting and like having a conversation with my friends is like so much more my thing than like me just talking to my phone at myself and trying to sound normal. But if you wanted to see those videos, you could check it out on TikTok at Magically Melanie. And if you want to see pictures of this pen, this ink, or have any questions about Ferris Wheel Press or about their pens, about their customer service, about anything, you can reach out to us at Dialogue Alley Podcast. You can also always reach out to Carly at All the Pretty Books. You can reach out to Eric too. He can't tell you anything about fountain pens, but I'm sure he'd love to talk to you. He's at Nocturne Eric. Peter, I talked to him about Beanie Babies today. He's at the Potter Collector. I was like, Peter, are these Beanie Babies worth anything? He's like, nah, probably not. I'm like, yeah, I didn't think so. Awesome. But you could reach out to Peter too. I'm sure he'd love to hear about fountain pens if you wanted to ask him about them. Sorry, buddy, if you don't want to hear about fountain pens. You can also check out our website, alltheprettybooks.net, dialoguealley.com. Our website has a link to our shop. Holidays are coming up, so if you wanted to snag a really cool, unique, like Harry Potter merchandise thing, like you could grab a t-shirt for somebody or grab a sweatshirt for somebody. I wear my hoodie all the time. I'm wearing my Harry Potter Dialogue Alley signature shirt today, which also features the Potter Collector logo on the side, which if you're just a big Peter fan, it's one of the only places that you can get the Potter Collector logo is on our stuff. So that's something that you could check out at our website, which is, again, dialoguealley.com. You can check us out on all other social media places. And if you wanted to support us further, we do have a Patreon. We record bonus episodes. You can get ad-free episodes. Right now, our Discord is like organizing like a Secret Santa swap thing, which is really cool, like that everyone's done every year since we've had the Discord. It's a really cool place to kind of just talk about Harry Potter things, have a really cool, safe community of like-minded people that like collecting Harry Potter books and maybe sometimes even fountain pens. But for today, that is all the time that we have. It is time to walk back through the archway and into our daily lives, and we will catch you next time.
Bye.
See ya.